partner enablement for about 6 years.
And I'm Chris Gubitos, Director of Merchandising at Catalyst. Been with Catalyst since 2006, and one of my most important responsibilities is partner enablement. And first I want to echo what John said, and really thank you guys for coming out to our hometown. We're very proud of Greenville, so I'm really thrilled that you all get to experience what we get to experience every day. I was thinking a little bit about partner enablement, and it really helps provide you with a great foundation to be successful. And I was thinking what John Jacobs said yesterday about what do you want out of your kids, and one of the big words was to be happy. Well, I just recently sent my son off to college, and I want him to be happy, but I also want him to succeed, and he needs a good foundation to be able to do that. So hopefully he understands that, and we can foster that foundation, and he can do well. And then, when I was asked to do this presentation, I was driving back and forth in my car, and I got to thinking of a television show that I used to watch when I was a teenager. It was on between 74 and 78. And I'm going to put up a little tagline from that show and read it to you all, and I want to see if somebody can name that show. It'll probably be a pretty easy one. We can rebuild him. We have the technology. We can make him better than he was before. Better, stronger, faster. So who wants to tell me? $6 Million Man, that's it. So the $6 Million Man was, of course, Steve Austin. I mean, he was awesome. When I was a teenager, man, everybody wanted to be the $6 Million Man. And of course, behind the scenes, you had Oscar Goldman and the OSS, it was called. I forget what OSS stands for, but they were the techies, and they did everything with him and gave him everything that he needed to be successful. And I like to think that we're kind of the same way. We're Oscar Goldmans, if you will. And but we don't use bionics, but we use a lot of other tools that we've honed over time that have helped our partners be successful. And I'd like to go through some of those things. And we're also going to launch a brand new program to you. We've been doing this for a while, but we've just decided to wrap kind of a new program around that Stephanie's going to talk more about. But first, let me talk a little bit about why is it important to enable yourselves as a new partner, or maybe even if you are an existing partner and you just need to brush up some things. You have some new sales reps that you want to bring through and educate them. Well, first of all, it helps you make that first sale much quicker, much quicker. So you can get to where you want to be. Those profits and revenue is where it's going to be. We all want to have a good time doing what we're doing, but we got to pay the bills too. And you can do it quickly. And Stephanie and team does a great job. I'm going to introduce them all in just a little bit. But one of the things that really we help with is we've put some measurements in place. And I was looking at some of those measurements recently. And before we started the program really in earnest, we looked at how long does it take somebody. A lot of things we focus on, by the way, are Avaya, IP Office, new resellers. So we looked at, hey, how long does it take for them to make their first sale? And we measured it about 62 days to make their first sale. So we put this program together in earnest. We've been measuring it. Now it takes our partners an average of 44 days to make their first sale. So we've made a 40% improvement by just really focusing in and helping you out, know what you need to know, connecting you with people. So part of that is we've brought people through this before. So we let you stand on the shoulders of everybody else that we've helped, experiences that we've learned, that what's worked, what's not worked. We can be your kind of your guide along the way. We also help you enable new technology. So for instance, Avaya's got a lot of new things happening. I mean, the last couple of years we've got some new data and networking products. The 3500 that works along with IP Office. We're working on the launch of the new Rad Vision products. So we can help you along that way. So we can introduce you to the right people, point out the right products that fit in with whatever you're looking to do. And we also provide a very structured program. So you don't know if you've improved unless you've measured it, right? You can say, yeah, I think things are pretty good, we're doing pretty well, but do you really know unless you put some measurements in place? So we've put some measurements in place, and we actually put a score. You don't get to see it, but we put a score on each one of our resellers that joins up. And some of the scores are simple. Stephanie will get into them, like, do you have a link ID? You got 1 point. But we score you along the way, and we have gateways along the way, if you will, that you pass through, you pass under, and we're keeping an eye on that, making sure that you're going through those in an appropriate time. And nobody's the same, so it all takes people a different amount of time. But we put that in place, and that's really helped us, I think, identify when a partner needs help. And the next thing is we really help you align your goals with, or maybe I should say it the other way, we help align the vendor goals with your goals. So, each vendor might have specific goals. Avaya has different goals for their, Connect program. They've got this PPI program for services. So we know those programs really well, and we know what they're looking for. And by talking to you, learning more about you, hopefully we learn more about what you're looking for, and we can help match those things up as best as we can. And I'm really, very fortunate to work with a great team of people. You've met Stephanie before. She does an awesome job for us. But I'd also like to introduce the other two members of our enablement team. And that's Lindsay Edge and Kathy Gelliard, if you guys wouldn't mind standing up. So they're both business development specialists. And I got to tell you, these three ladies are really awesome. I mean, they do a great job. They're very service help-oriented. It's really incredible. They operate at a very great level, and I'm just thrilled that they're able to work with you guys. So the team that we've built, we've invested dollars, right, to build the team so that we can help you guys out. We've got an experienced team. They're really your coaches, your teachers, your guides along the way. So, they've worked with a lot of different partners. They can listen and hear things and connect you up with the right people. They're really dedicated to your success. In fact, we've got some measurements in place for them to, if you're successful, they will be successful. So it's some of the things that we do like to measure is, hey, how quickly did you get to that first sale? How much are those sales adding up to? How much time, is there in there? What's your score? So those things that are kind of behind the curtain that we look at, and hopefully that helps you along. Over time, we've developed some really great vendor relationships as well. So when it comes time to connect you with the resources that are available, so your Avaya CAM, your Avaya Services CAM, the Avaya executive that might help you close a deal, somebody at the OEFC that's working on something that needs to get pushed through. So we know all those folks, and we've developed a great working relationship. So as new partners come on, they don't know those folks yet, so we can help really be your advocate within there. And finally, we help you really develop, we develop a personal understanding of your business. So every business is different, absolutely. And we know that, we get that, and we try to delve in, know who the people are, get to meet you personally, talk to you a lot on the phone. And Stephanie will go through some of the very specific things that we do. But one thing I'm really happy to launch today is a new name, a new logo for our program. So we've had a program in place for a long time, and it's been great, helped a lot of partners out, but we finally decided to let's put a name around it and really coalesce around that name and build a whole program around it. So the name of our program is FastPath, and I'm going to turn it over to Stephanie, and she can really dive into exactly what we're doing there. Stephanie?
Thank you. So as he mentioned, we do have this new guidance program. It's called FastPath. And when you're working with us during the FastPath program, each person would have, or each partner would have an assigned enablement specialist. They would be your main day-to-day contact until you get to the point where you're ramped up and ready to get out there and start selling. We'd also just assist you with the vendor criteria, make sure you get those things done within the specified time frame, and just make sure you have the relationships with the right people and are, talking to your CAMs and your ICAMs and your SEs or whatever it may be, different acronyms for every vendor. But we also have focus enablement sessions. So those consist of two different types of calls. One of them is a one-on-one call where I'm taking whoever from that partner through the tools and resources that will help them be successful. We also have monthly enablement sessions, and I'll talk more about that a little bit later. We do track all this information so we know exactly where you are in the process and try to make sure that you are doing everything you need to do to be successful. Here is a snapshot of the FastPath microsite and portal that we are in the process of trying to get out there and launch. And pretty much this is a place where you can go and one place where you can get all the tools and resources that you need, and also allow you to track your progress throughout the FastPath program. And the difference between the microsite and portal is that the microsite is it's not password protected, whereas the portal is, but the portal would contain more valuable information that you would need from a vendor partnership perspective. And so partner enablement, what we do, pretty much like I mentioned before, the vendor requirement review will make sure you get those certifications in a timely manner, purchase demo equipment if that's required by the vendor. We also track all that information, and for example, if you have to get 2 sales certifications within 30 days, we'll make sure that you get it within 30 days, and we'll work with the vendor to make sure they're aware of where you are in the process, and they'll do the same for us. As far as discussing sales opportunities, we try to have ongoing calls and make sure that we're aware of what's in your pipeline, just so we can know what you need available to be able to close those deals. We have ongoing communication with your sales rep, business development, the vendor, all parties that need to know what's going on. And we will also introduce you to other products and solutions that would be a good fit for your business. So as I mentioned before, we have monthly enablement sessions. These are at the beginning of every month. Here's a list of what they are. And this is where you can pretty much just listen to the experts, give you the information you need to know about some of the supporting services we have. And one example is professional services. This is where they'll go over the network assessment offerings and pre-configuration, programming, and all of those things. And if you would like to work with our team, here's our contact information. Please feel free to reach out to any one of us. And be on the lookout for our FastPath portal to launch next quarter.